When I was working in my old job, there was one thing that everybody looked forward to, the nights out. Well, almost everybody. For me, there was nothing that I dreaded more than a night where the only activity was drinking. When I started the job, there was very much a culture of the more drunk you got on a night out, the more of a hero you were when everyone was back at work the next Monday morning. I imagine that many of you have probably experienced something similar. And in these situations, there is the temptation to compromise. Well, as we continue our studies of the churches of Revelation, we find a very similar situation in the church of Thyatira. Thyatira was a commercial town, and a big part of the society was trade guilds, associations that you had to be part of if you wanted to trade your goods and make money. And the caveat was that to be part of a trade guild meant attending regular meals where the food on offer had already been sacrificed to idols, and getting drunk and going wild was considered mandatory. So the Christians of Thyatira, with families to look after and children to feed, were faced with a choice: refuse compromise and lose out on significant commercial trade, or compromise, ensuring steady income, but at the cost of rejecting Jesus as Lord. And as we work our way through the letter, we see that Jesus' main criticism of the church is that they're making the wrong choice. They've chosen to compromise. And it seems that this is because they've been badly influenced. Jesus condemns a woman called Jezebel, who is encouraging the church that to compromise is actually a good thing. That what's most important for the church is that they are integrated in society, no matter how much that might compromise them morally. It's no coincidence that the name of the woman is Jezebel. Back in the Old Testament, Jezebel was the wife of Ahab, one of the worst kings of Israel. Jezebel was a big proponent of Baal worship. She didn't demand that the Israelites stopped worshipping Yahweh. She just insisted that they worship Baal as well. Similarly, in Thyatira, this woman Jezebel isn't telling Christians to stop worshipping God, but that they should compromise. That it was fine to join the trade guilds and eat food sacrificed to idols and get drunk and go wild. And she was saying, God will love you regardless. And once you're part of the in crowd, you could even start sharing the gospel. Well, why was this so tempting for the Christians in Thyatira? Well, it all comes down to our desire to be included. We hate standing out. We hate not being part of the in crowd. We don't want to miss out. Well, look with me what Jesus has to say in verse 26. Jesus says, trust me and obey. Trust me and you won't miss out. Trust me, and when I return, you will have authority over the nations. Trust me, and the only thing you'll miss out on is the judgment that is coming for those who do choose to compromise. So, where are we tempted to compromise in our faith? To fit in with those around us? To look less like Jesus so that we can look more like our friends? Let's discuss.